If you're looking for a more premium tablet experience that's not Samsung or Apple, it's going to be tough to beat these two from OnePlus and Lenovo. But which one is better? Well, let's talk about it. Normally the price is closer between these two, but right now the Yoga Tab Plus is pretty tough to beat considering it's on sale for only $539, normally $769, where the OnePlus Pad 3 is $699. One advantage for Lenovo is it starts with 16 gigabytes of RAM versus 12 for OnePlus. Both of these start with 256 gigabytes of storage as well. Both tablets have an IPS LCD display, 13.2 inches for OnePlus, 12.7 inches for Lenovo. You can see OnePlus is just a little bit wider or slightly closer to an iPad aspect ratio. And OnePlus is a little higher resolution at 3392 by 2400 versus 2944 by 1840 for Lenovo, up to 144 Hz refresh rate on both as well. When it comes to display quality, both of these will surprise most people once you see them in person. They both have good contrast, good viewing angles. Lenovo does seem to be a little bit brighter for most things and have a little more vibrant colors. So I'd probably give the slight edge to Lenovo, but most people are going to be happy with either one when it comes to screen quality. If you like things to be a little more of an iPad shape, you may want to go with OnePlus, but nice thing is both tablets have video out if you want to use an HDMI adapter to connect to a projector, TV, or external monitor. One big advantage for OnePlus is when it comes to battery life. In my typical battery drain test at 100% screen brightness, it lasted over 8 hours versus only 5.5 for the Yoga Tab Plus. You're also going to get faster 80 watt fast charging on the OnePlus Pad versus 45 watts for Lenovo. I know there's a lot of variables here, but if you want the tablet with better battery life, you'll want to go with the OnePlus Pad 3. Software-wise, both of these have done a pretty nice job. Lenovo launched on Android 14, but now that it's been updated, both of these are on Android 15. There are actually a lot of similarities in how they style things. They both have a dock at the bottom. The quick panel and notification center looks somewhat similar. I might like how you can combine them on OnePlus a little better, but you also have the entertainment space left of the home screen versus Google discovered newsfeed on OnePlus. You've also got PC mode on the Yoga Tab Plus. Unfortunately, there's no PC or desktop mode for the OnePlus Pad 3 that I know of. I know when you connect it to an external monitor, it'll just display everything exactly as what's on your screen. Another advantage with Lenovo is you've got a fingerprint scanner right on the power button, where you don't have a fingerprint scanner on the OnePlus Pad, surprisingly. Both tablets have an official keyboard case that was included with the ones that I bought, which is always nice to have if you want to use these a little more like a laptop. Of course, OnePlus is just a little bit larger, but both of them are actually really nice quality. Nice thing about the keyboard case for the OnePlus Pad 3, you can actually disconnect it and you can still type on the keyboard using Bluetooth. I also like that you've got the sidebar feature similar to Samsung on the OnePlus Pad 3. You also have the taskbar down at the bottom for both tablets as well. They also both have pen support. Both of these actually feel very similar to an Apple Pencil. Of course, it's going to come down to personal preference, but using both of these is probably a toss-up on which one is better. I might like the texture a little bit better on OnePlus, but they both seem to have good features and sensitivity. You have 3 years of major software updates for both tablets, 6 years security updates with OnePlus versus only 4 years security updates for Lenovo. This is definitely one area where both companies could improve to compete better with Samsung and Apple, in my opinion. Both of these have a really nice and smooth software experience. I might lean slightly towards OnePlus, but of course it's going to come down to personal preference. Not a huge surprise, but both of these tablets are fast and buttery smooth in my testing. You've got the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor in the Yoga Tab Plus versus Snapdragon 8 Elite in the OnePlus Pad 3. Obviously, the OnePlus Pad is going to be more powerful in just about everything, and it has better GPU performance as well, but I don't think you can go wrong with either one. If you've ever used a budget tablet and then you start using these, they're both going to feel lightning fast. They're also a nice option to do some mobile gaming on as well. Just keep in mind, these are pretty large tablets, so it's a little harder to reach things on the screen compared to smaller ones. But if you're using a Bluetooth controller, it's just really nice to game on a larger display like these. Now, when it comes to speakers, somehow OnePlus has 8 speakers inside of their tablet. And yeah, it sounds good in person. It may even have a little bit better bass than Lenovo. But when you test it next to Lenovo, their 6 Harman Kardon speakers are super loud. Of course, it's going to come down to personal preference, but here's a quick sample of each just to see if you can hear a difference.
But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray. As you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
Now when it comes to cameras, you've got a little higher resolution camera on the front of Lenovo at 13 megapixel versus 8 for OnePlus. One advantage for Lenovo is you can shoot up to 4K resolution for video recording on the front and back versus only on the back for OnePlus. So I'd probably give the slight edge to Lenovo, but here's a few quick samples just to give you an idea of how they compare. I think after comparing these two tablets, it's pretty clear that both of these brands are definitely bringing their A game. Both of these feel more premium than the price would make you think, in my opinion. They both have pretty much everything you would need in a tablet. I think Lenovo has a little better display quality, but then you've got better battery life with OnePlus. It's probably just going to come down to what's more important to you, no matter which one you go with. I feel like the competition is getting better and better each year. Of course, trying to take some of those customers that might normally buy Samsung or Apple products, which in the end is really good for us, the consumers. If you like tablets, phones, and other tech, I've got a lot more stuff I'm working on, so keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.